Counting down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon, good night, depending on what part of the world you're in. I'm Professor Medicine, coming to you from the Medgar Evers College radio station, and I'm here today with students from the John Dewey High School. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing good today. So, I talk, right? Oh.
I'm doing pretty good today.
You guys are doing great. Oh. You guys are, oh. Okay. How's it going, you guys? You guys doing great?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Great. Happy to be here.
I'm a bit tired. I got like 2 hours of sleep.
That's cool.
Well, of course, that always happens on the night before a trip. You're all excited, can't get to sleep.
Yeah.
But you never know it by looking at you guys. You guys look cheery and excited today. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm happy to have you here. So while we were chatting it up earlier, when you mentioned your interest in sports and, dance and, John was in music, hip hop had come up. So it always, hip hop just celebrated its 50th anniversary last year, and it was a whole big to do for all the way from January all the way to the end of December with hip hop celebrations all throughout different genres and mediums, from the celebrations at the Grammy Awards to some of the celebrations that they were having on the hip hop anniversary in August all over the state, all over the country, from LA to Chicago, Atlanta, Miami, definitely here in New York. So even I don't know how many of y'all saw the latest Transformers movies, but even the majority of the soundtrack was on hip hop songs.
Awesome.
So it just no one, I don't think, ever thought when hip hop first arose that it would survive, let alone be the phenomenon that it turned out to be 50 years later when it's celebrating its anniversary. So just from your point of view, you mentioned earlier you guys are Gen Zers. Where's your take on hip hop, considering where it started, where it is, and where it might be going?
I don't know.
You guys want to talk?
I don't know what hip hop is. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just lost. So yeah.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
See, you probably see that's the thing. It's drawn. What do you stop?
Sorry.
It's drawn so much more from music and more into a culture that you could have been interacting with hip hop and you didn't even realize that you were interacting with hip hop. You know what I mean?
Like, if you give me some examples of hip hop, right? Like maybe I'm like, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know like by definition what like hip hop is.
Me personally, it's kind of like what you were just saying about me listening to hip hop and not really knowing it, because modern day hip hop and R&B, there's such a small line and you get them confused a lot of times. But back in the past, my uncle was a huge hip hop person. He loved hip hop, and also in the Transformers movie, he loved the playlist. He actually added it to his playlist because of how big on hip hop it was.
Cool. I say that is really. I think I definitely agree with you on knowing about the hip hop more oftenly. Are you sure that hip hop, the hip hop music video was on the Transformers: Rise of the Beast movie?
I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty sure I watched it on YouTube.
I never watched the movie before, but at least I watched some of the Transformers movie like back in the past when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's like a lot of hip hop more oftenly, more music, more generation. It defies the soul more oftenly. Back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, it's like hip hop lives and it never stops. That's why I went to the Brooklyn Public Library in Brooklyn, and it was.
To answer your question, sorry, going back to when you were saying like interacting or even just like identifying it, it's a music genre first and foremost.
Yeah.
The reach for the music has expanded, so a lot of it would have stemmed. Well, first of all, if you ask a lot of hip hop pioneers, it began off. It's not necessarily a spin-off, but it took its birth from jazz. and then that's just not necessarily having musicians behind you. Now you have a beat behind you. Now what is that beat? Are you using drums? Are you using beats from a computer? Are you using scratching from records, which is what they would do back in the days? They would scratch records and such. So that was just a synopsis of it. Does that help you?
No, yeah, that helps me. Like, I understand that, right? But you guys have any examples, like famous examples of hip hop?
Are you familiar with Kendrick Lamar?
I've heard of him, but I never listened to him.
Oh.
Okay, well he's a hip hop artist. Have you heard of Jay-Z, 50 Cent?
Oh, 50 Cent, that I've heard and I've listened to, yeah, 50 Cent.
These are all the hip hop artists that have gone over from different genres of hip hop. You have your classic hip hop, you have your gangster rap,
Gangsta rap.
you have well, yeah, that's to be on one version of hip hop. Some have even would say that they, like, even Vanilla Ice has taken samples of it. One can even say when you mentioned the crossover between hip hop and R&B, New Edition.
Yes.
When Mike and Robbie were rapping with Candy Girl, like that was one of the beginning stages of the collaboration between R&B and hip hop.
But what about Bobby Brown, by the way? I mean, Bobby Brown was the guy who performed Don't Be Cruel. That was in the 1980s.
This was true, but Bobby was more known as the king of stage, and there was no doubt he was R&B. But it was like, again, a small collaboration of hip hop, but he was definitely R&B, no doubt. And then remember, there were a lot of artists that crossed over into different genres as well. So even if you were an R&B artist, which he were, My Prerogative, I believe, was also played on the pop charts as well, and on the pop stations. It was also how Whitney Houston she was an R&B singer, but after a while, all her songs crossed over to the pop charts. After a while, people known her as a pop artist, when really that wasn't the way the genres or the songs were. It just crossed over. Same thing happens with a lot of country singers. Like, you probably know country's artists and don't even realize that they're country artists, but wouldn't know them had not crossed over to the pop charts. Like Shania Twain, Faith Hill, Leanne Rimes, Reba McEntire, Dolly Parton. Any of these names ringing a bell for?
Yeah,
No,
Joel.
I listened to Luke Bryan. You know Luke Bryan?
Yeah.
Luke Bryan, Luke Combs. Sorry, say one more time. Okay, hello, testing.
Say the name again.
Oh, Luke Bryan.
I can't say I'm familiar, to be honest.
Luke Bryan. Blake Shelton? No, those are country.
Oh,
Blake Shelton, yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar with those artists. See, again, the cross-pollination has gone across so much within it. So, okay, so even if we don't come away from hip-hop, let's say for some, who's one of your favorite artists?
Luke Bryan.
Hold on.
Actually, Rihanna's my favorite artist. Rihanna.
Okay, so Rihanna's your favorite artist?
Maybe
Do you know
Lady
how
Gaga,
many?
maybe Lady Gaga.
Hold on.
Maybe Lady Gaga. Maybe her.
Okay, so now, can you think of any songs that Lady Gaga has? I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but I'm not. I'm drawing blanks now. Where she's featured, maybe a rapper or hip hop artist.
Off the top of my head.
But I know you can know Rihanna has.
Yeah, Rihanna has. Yeah. I don't remember. I know she has. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Drake.
Drake, obviously, yeah.
How about Pour It Up, performed by Rihanna? Pour it up. It's like to become a stripper and like earn some money. You know that?
No, I don't know. Not my genre.
I listened to that song many times on my day out music on YouTube playlist on YouTube, and it was wonderful. You know.
I mean, I don't really listen to so much hip hop, but like
Oh.
I do listen to like some Rihanna, Nicki, Drake, Kanye. Well, not Kanye, but like Lil Wayne and like artists like that.
Joey.
Come on now. I know he's a little out there, but can't deny Kanye, especially the earlier forms of his music. Maybe not so much now, but when he first came on the scene, My man was talking about going to college and religion and a lot of more positivity and what we would call today wokeness compared to what we're getting today. So I'm perfectly okay with you putting his name in with that list because again, that is a whole generation within itself of a new phase or a different wave of hip hop. So that's quite alright to put him in that genre. What they do in their personal life and outside of it, I always try to separate from their work to a little bit. But yes, he definitely belongs in that same category with those folks. So that's okay. Keep going.
But yeah, but like recently, I have been like watching like one of those like OG dance movies, and I realized that they use like a lot of like Sean Paul, Sierra, and like artists like that.
Let me tell you something about Sean Paul. When he hit the mainstream, he took by storm, and a piece of me feels bad because y'all caught him towards, I want to say, when right before it kind of hiatus came. So like some of y'all might remember Temperature and such like that, right? But the Get Busy, the Give Me That Light, the one, oh man, Sean Paul just brought in a different phase when he came on the scene. It really, oh man, and that was my core years. I remember, I loved it. I loved every drop of it. What's going on? Like Glue, Get Busy, come on,
Busy.
So, but yeah, now give me artists that you like.
Oh, hey.
Drake.
I can't count how many collaborations he has. So I say all that to say that every art, like that's part of how music grows and how it entwines is artists doing collaborations with one another. Like, oh my man, what was it? Tim Groff, very popular male country figure. I believe this was back in the early 2000s, did a collaborations with Nelly. So we're talking to hip hop artists and a country artist doing collaboration. And when I tell you that went wild, to the point where now I'm hearing country artists talk about, oh my goodness, I love Nelly. How do you know Nelly? How do you know? How did you meet Nelly? How do you know him? But again, when you're in this business, sometimes you have to do the cross-pollination. So I only say that to say it'll that's only gonna grow as time goes. So I wouldn't worry about not being aware of certain hip hop artists because it's gonna come to you. Eventually, with all the cross-pollination, it's going to come. And it's only going to continue to grow. Not just statewide, but globally. Okay? Is there anything that you guys want to say before, we end this round?
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Good night.
I say, too much for the mic. I say we're gonna have a great night and enjoy ourselves more oftenly. So peace out.
All right. Well, I thank you guys for coming to participate with us. I thoroughly enjoyed your visit, and I wish you all the luck with your new podcast adventures. And congratulations on your new studio.
All right,
Guys.
guys. Sit down. Nice job, guys. Nice meeting you. That's cool.